For reaction to this breaking news, Republican Texas Congressman Brandon Gill. I want to pick up on what Greg Palcott was talking about there, Congressman. He seems a little, let's say, skeptical, and probably with good reason, because dealing with Hamas has been almost impossible. What do you make of what you just heard?
Well, first of all, there's a whole lot of unknowns right now. As he mentioned, Hamas did agree to release the hostages, but didn't agree to every other of the other Trump demands that he asked of them. Now, what we do know is that this is a major victory for President Trump. Remember, this is a war that was started almost 2 years ago now, unilaterally by Hamas whenever they invaded Israel, surprise attacked them, and slaughtered, horrifically murdered, raped, and tortured 1,200 innocent Israelis and took over 250 innocent Israelis, men, women, and children captive, many of whom they later murdered or tortured. This is a war that they started, and President Trump has been making it his goal to get the hostages back, but also to create not just peace now, but a lasting peace for the region. That is something that no president over the past 50 years has been able to do. President Trump today, if Hamas keeps their word, will have achieved one of those objectives, which is to get the hostages back to Israel where they belong. We want to see that happen now. That is incredibly important. It is in Hamas's interest to follow up and be true to their word here and release the hostages. And then it is in their interest to accept President Trump's peace plan.
You know what, though? Here we are negotiating with Hamas, which apparently, by all reports, is also fractured itself within its leadership. You kind of have an underground part of Hamas, and then you have the above-ground negotiator Hamas. They're two very different groups. The problem here is Israel says until Hamas goes away, an armed Hamas, there's no negotiation. How likely is that? Will Hamas ever destroy its weapons, put its hands up and say, let's work together? History suggests not.
Well, that is up to them, and that is up to the Palestinian people as well. Listen, what we need here is a lasting peace. We cannot go back to a Palestinian territory, a Gaza Strip that is controlled by Hamas brutal terrorists. That is not going to lead to peace for Israel or for the United States. It is not in our interest to allow them to continue governing. That is why President Trump made that part of his peace plan, to say that we would like to see this territory governed by independent Palestinian technocrats overseen by international arbiters, including President Trump. That's what we want to see. Hamas needs to come to the table right now and start discussing with the White House and ultimately accept what President Trump put forward. That is in their interest. It's in the interest of the Palestinian people for this war to come to an end. But it's not going to come to an end if Hamas continues fighting.
Well, we'll continue to follow it. Hopefully, you know, maybe a little bit of hope here, but we've seen hope dashed so many times in that part of the world. Congressman Brandon Gill. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. We do really appreciate it.
Thank you.